distinguished invitees, esteemed faculty members, and my dear students. On this auspicious occasion, I extend my heartfelt tribute to Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the chairman of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of our Constitution, and all the members of the Constituent Assembly for giving us a beautiful document, a visionary document, which is so firm yet so resilient. The Constitution that they gave us has guided the course of our republic for all these 75 years. And today, India stands tall in the community of nations, in every sphere of life. Friends, this year, the 75th anniversary of adoption of the Constitution, the country is celebrating Constitution Awareness Year. This Constitution was made by the people of this country through their representative, and it is a document meant for the people of this country. Unfortunately, over the decades, this document, which was made by the people for the people, they have become a preserve of, it has become so esoteric that there is a colossal amount of illiteracy about it, as if it is something so mysterious. Now, this is not fair. This Constitution must go to those to whom it belongs. They must be familiar with it. And when we are celebrating the Constitution Awareness Year, a year-long campaign, I would urge all the law schools and colleges, including this prestigious university, we must reach out to colleges, schools, creating awareness about the Constitution, how it touches the lives of the common citizen, how it encapsulates their dreams and aspirations. It should be demystified. It should not be an esoteric document. This has to be corrected. And I would urge this institution to take initiative, have a calendar, reach out to the schools and colleges in batches, where we go and tell the students, the young students who are our future, about the fundamental document of this country, our Constitution. Friends, 75 years ago, our people, they created a Republic of India, Republic of Bharat. They created its core institutions and gave us this beautiful document, Constitution, the fundamental book, to guide all our institutions of the Republic, to serve the people of this country, and serve the people not randomly, haphazardly, but serve to achieve certain goals. And the goals are specified. mentioned. Friends, when we are completing 75 years of our republic, it is a significant milestone in our national journey. And it's also an occasion to take a pause and introspect. Introspect on our strength, introspect on our vulnerabilities. During these 75 years, we are all proud of the fact that our institutions have conducted themselves so well and delivered their goods so well. The framers of the Constitution, the Constituent Assembly, while they creating the core institutions, the three pillars, they gave a special responsibility to the one which is not directly answerable to the people. We have legislature, we have executive, we have judiciary. Legislature and executive are under constant pressure of the people. They can be subject to sentiments of the time, need not necessarily be a very sane sentiment. To ensure that we move steadily in the correct direction, the Constituent Assembly, the framers of the Constitution, they gave the responsibility to keep the soul of the Constitution to a wing, a pillar, which is not answerable to the people. That is judiciary. And so, it is a huge trust. And this trust, being a huge responsibility to ensure that all the institutions, including itself, conduct their business in a way that fulfills the promises that Republic made at the time of its birth, as spelled out in the Constitution. Yes, we are proud of our judiciary. At every critical moment, they have stood by the nation, national interest. Our democracy is robust. Our democracy is robust also because democracy runs in our DNA. It is not something, a new experiment that we did. Thousands of years of history we have where our people knew how to take collective decisions. Not far from this place, Uttar Meru, hardly about an hour drive from here. I don't know how many of you have been there. If you have not, I urge you to visit that. Inscriptions on the stone, on the wall of the temple about administration, the village administration. How collective, how democratic. Democracy does not necessarily mean Westminster model. Democracy means collective participatory decision making where everyone is involved in that. So this runs in our blood, it is in our DNA. What these institutions of Republic have done is strengthened it, reinforced it at a larger scale, at a national scale. And so we are proud of it. But being a human institution, which any institution which human agency runs, is subject to weaknesses, subject to vulnerabilities. So it's time also to take a stock whether we have, and to what extent we have fulfilled the promises that we made 75 years ago to the people of this country. The first promise that we made, a republic made, was access to justice. See the preamble. The first is every citizen of India shall have access to justice. Let us take a pause. How far we have fulfilled this promise? Is justice as accessible to the common man? Look at the cost of justice today. Can a common man afford a justice? And does he afford the justice? Or she afford the justice? We know the answer. How expensive, how costly justice is, or justice has become. Steadily it is becoming more and more expensive. And at times it gives an impression it is akin to a commodity in the market, with one with a deep pocket can walk away with it. Engage an expensive lawyer who can smartly conduct your case, and you move away. A large section of our people have no access to justice. Let us accept the fact. And this trend is continuing. We don't see any check on this trend. Some years back, I had occasion to participate in an event in Madras High Court. Students of Law University, you had conducted moot courts. Your seniors must have been there at the time. I was very impressed with the smart advocacy which the students did. Very impressive. Bright, young mind. Scintillating. And there, the then Chief Justice of Madras High Court delivered a speech. He addressed the student. He hailed the students, congratulated them for choosing a profession which is so lucrative. He named half a dozen senior advocates of Supreme Court of India who files their income tax return in over 100 crore. To me, it was a very disturbing thought. Was it mainstreaming of commercialization of justice? Is it something? We know that it is a reality, it is becoming. But do we have to be so open about it? I think we need to take a call that the promises that the People Republic made to ensure that the justice is available to every citizen of India, justice is a public good. It's not a commodity to be bought in the market. We must ensure, you young minds, you are the future. You have to think over it. How to ensure that this commercialization of justice is stemmed and justice is made available to every citizen of India. Look at our prison. Our prison is filled with poor people. Filled with poor people. Not because necessarily they are guilty, but because for them justice remains elusive. Look at the way we conduct, we dispense justice, conduct trial and dispense justice. Look at the conviction rate in our criminal cases. Conviction rate is so poor. In heinous criminal offenses, conviction is very poor. Crime has been committed, murder has happened, rape has been committed, something has happened, crime has been committed. But perpetrators, the fact that you have a very poor conviction rate means perpetrators go scot-free. And often, how and why does it happen? I myself have been in the profession. I have seen how the trial happens, and how the accused, the perpetrator gets away, walks away. Because there is some loophole, a perpetrator with his deep pocket engages a smart lawyer who is able to pick hole in the prosecution case, and the presiding officer, expected to be blindfolded, gives the benefit of doubt and let the perpetrator walk away. Now my question is, in my sense, it has been in my mind for long, that should we not be the seeker and dispenser of truth and justice? Why should the one who dispenses justice be blindfolded? In fact, I would expect them to be open-eyed, wide open-eyed, to see where is truth. If there is a flaw somewhere in the prosecution case coming up, is it not the responsibility, should it not be the responsibility to give opportunity to correct it? Or no, let the perpetrator go away. Friends, remember, a victim who doesn't get justice, every such victim loses trust in the justice system. And the very fact that we have a very dismal conviction rate in this country, whole country, I'm not talking about only Tamil Nadu, it speaks a lot how our justice system is today. We need to ponder, we need to think over it. Friends, another point which I thought I would share with you is our justice system people friendly? Well, normally it is expected that when I am aggrieved and the one who is able to give me I should have easy access. I have told about access to justice because of the cost. But even look at the whole system as such. Is it people's friendly? The fact is today, a common man is more scared to go to the court than to a police station. Usually police station is considered to be a place where you feel uncomfortable, people feel. But courts are far more intimidating. Why should our justice system inform a style and content be so intimidating? Look at, it gives you a sense that it resembles as a vestige of colonialism. When I go to seek justice as a common person, I must be respectful to the institution. It must be, there is no compromise on that. But so should I be servile? Should I be so submissive? Is it not time that we need to think that our system is made, our court premises, our procedures are made more people friendly? The language in which we transact is unintelligible to the people of this country. Don't think you guys represent the people of the country. You are elite, you know the language. But a vast majority of these people that do not understand the language in which justice system functions. How long we will continue transacting the business in a language alien to the people of this country? Should we not think 75 years down the line that it's time that we should start talking and communicating our business in a language which a common man of this country understands? How to make our system, justice system, people friendly in all aspects, easily accessible, easily understandable, easily intelligible. We need to think over that. You know, when I talked about the language, and the manner, the form, style, and the content. Even our thinking of the justice system. This constitution is our constitution, is made by us, our representative, supposed to be our document, it is our document. But to make sense of it, why do we have to go to the courts in UK, US, Canada, and Australia? Is it not our document? Is it not made by our people? Is it not something which should be easily intelligible to us? And if there is anything, any nuance to be caught and understood, is it not possible for us to find the meaning of it? We heard the young speaker talking about, he mentioned some cases, landmark cases, like one which he called perhaps was determining the grammar of constitution. I just didn't hear it clearly, but what he meant to say was that it was a landmark, talked about basic structure, Keswanand Bharti case. If you look at the Keswanand Bharti case, there are more than 150 references to UK court. There are more than 70 references to courts of United States of America. There are more than 40 references to the High Court of Australia. To make sense of what my constitution, our constitution is, do we have to derive that? Are we thinking from our mind or are we thinking from their mind? Now, is it not time to do Swadesi in our judicial system? We are doing Swadesi today in every field of our life, in our economy, in science and technology. We are moving forward. In our defense, we are Swadesi. We have seen how Operation Sindoor was delivered, how effectively it's power of Swadesi. Can't in our judicial thinking be Swadesi? Yes, it is true that nowadays there is not so much reference to Western courts. But today's most of the references are to earlier judgments which were derived from those judgments. So the fact remains that our fundamentals of our judicial thinking is not rooted entirely in our land. We need our jurisprudence. What is just, what is not just, is the function of society. It is the civilizational ethos of the people. A society sense of what is just and not just is not universal. In one society, it varies from society to society. What a civilization like India thinks just and unjust is not necessarily what people in America or Australia or Canada think. We know how that civilization evolved, how conglomerate of disparate set of people, they went over there, captured the territory, nothing in common except their common interest of greed, that you capture the land and make the wealth. There was no sense of kinship among the people of those countries. Their civilizational values and sense were entirely profit-driven. Whereas India is a more than 5,000-year-old civilization, it has a strong sense of just and unjust. When we have to think of what is just and unjust, do we have to go to them to open our mind? I think these are some of the questions that we need to think over at the moment when we are completing 75 years of our republic. Friends, it is a noble profession. Nobody says that you don't make money. In fact, in Bharatiya Sanskar, in Indian tradition, making money is a part of Purusharth, Dharma, Arth, Kam. Make in a just way. Make money in a just manner, dharmic manner, just manner, not by crooked means. But what our system today is doing is you find the crooked ways to make money. Should we not correct it? I think these are important issues that concerns our people, our country. And the responsibility is the greater on the pillar which is entrusted so much, and rightly so, keeping them insulated from the pressures of other pillars. But does independence means independence or insulation from the people also? Independence can be independence from legislature, independence from judiciary, from executive. But can we think of being insulated from the people? When our justice system is justice is so costly, justice is inaccessible, and judicial thinking is not rooted in our ground entirely, I think it's time for us to introspect. And I would urge you all, especially the young minds, because you are our hope, you are our future. Today, when our country is marching ahead with a sense of destiny and sense of purpose, and the world is acknowledging our presence, we have to show the direction to the world. And direction is not only just in science and technology and economic, but also creating a just and sustainable world. Creating this just and sustainable world, the sense of justice, the sense of what is just, what is not just. Our jurisprudence has to be our jurisprudence. We have to think on those lines. I'm sure you will do that because you are the future, and you will also be the one who will be leading the country and also facing the issues, the consequences of the issues that will crop up. Keep the nobility of the profession alive. Look at our independence movement. They were the people from the legal profession, one who guided. Such a noble profession, its nobility must be maintained to the service of the people of this country, because let us remember that supreme are the people, the country. Nation is supreme. Nobody is supreme. Nation is supreme. So everything has to be directed towards serving the nation. I'm sure you will do that. I wish you all the very best. And once again, on this auspicious day, while I pay tribute to our founding fathers, I extend my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.